Hello everyone and welcome back to Hobby World for my From Scratch to Track series, where I'm working on building a complete slot car track in just 7 days. We are at day 3 and today I am going to make all of this behind me here look like mountains. And to do that I'm going to be working with expanding foam. I've done a lot of work with dioramas and so on in my time, but I have never actually used expanding foam before. So this is going to be really interesting, and I know from experience because I've used this stuff when building gates and installing windows and doors and so on. So I know for a fact that this will expand a lot, and if you aren't easy you'll get it everywhere. So I gotta be careful with this. But the general idea is that during today I'm going to add this expanding foam to all of this track. Then I'm going to leave it to dry so it's ready tomorrow, so I can cut it up and make it look like rock surface. And then I both need to cut it up and paint it tomorrow on day 4. So I have 3 days left for the final touches, electronics and so on. So it's going to be a pretty intense day, but I know that it's probably not going to take this long to add all of this to the track. I would have preferred if I could just do it on a small piece of the track, but I haven't got the time for that. So I'm going to use it on all the track and hope that it works. But while this dries, I'm going to go back inside to my work computer and work a bit on the 3D models for this bridge system I'm going to make that's going to look like an old mine. So I'm not going to waste any time. Let's get started. Let's start adding some of this. To begin with, before I apply any of this expanding foam, I'm going to cover off the sides of the track, and then I'm going to be really careful when applying it, so I make sure that it doesn't tip over, expand over the track and then drop down into it, because as far as I remember this is some very sticky stuff and I don't want that on the track pieces. So I'm starting to cover everything up here. As you can see, I have already begun a bit. And I think this is a very important part of the process. So it's covered up using painter's tape. But I can't wait to start applying the foam, seeing it expand and how this will turn out. Because I actually think that this track has a lot of basis for becoming a really neat piece of slot car track. So I'm very excited about this. Haven't tried it before, but gotta do something for the first time once in your life. So this is the first time using expanding foam, and I could quite clearly imagine this being a thing for me in the future, using it a lot more on my hobby projects. Before doing anything else, I just wanted to show you all this. This is a piece of expanding foam that has dried, and if you take a knife you can cut right through it. It's so easy to cut in. So hopefully I can make this look like rock surfaces using a bit of flock and so on, some paint, flock, pigments, but it's so easy to cut, so it's a real nice product. It just needs to dry. On the label it says that it will dry in 12 hours, so if I'm very lucky, I've started early today, this might be dry enough for me so I can start cutting it this evening, so I won't have to do all of the cutting up for mountains tomorrow, but I wouldn't bet on it. So. Before I proceed any further with the expanding foam project here, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Boone's Slot Car Garage. The man has a YouTube channel and he's an absolute, in my opinion anyway, legend within the slot car terrain building community. So check out his YouTube channel. That's really inspiring stuff he does. So I'll post a link down in the comments below. But just wanted to make sure that that message was sent. He has been an inspiration for the stuff I'm going to do now and a lot of other stuff I've done in the past. So check out his YouTube page and Facebook page. Now I'm actually ready to proceed with this project, and I have applied tape on approximately half of the racing circuit, one of the tabletops here. And I'm going to start slowly by building up the layers of this expanding foam, and I'm going to start really slowly because it expands crazy much. So I'm going to start in some safe areas where I'm pretty sure I'm not going to do any harm, and then when I get more experience with it I'm going to proceed to the more narrow parts where I'm closer to the track, and there's bound to be more accidents. So nice and steady, starting slowly. Our project ran into a small problem which might have been helped if I had planned a bit ahead. But I thought that I had bought more than plenty of expanding foam, and I managed to do about 30% using the bottles I had here, and that's not very impressive. So I had to go to the hardware store once more and buy some more expanding foam bottles, and I bought 18, and I think that should be more than enough for the rest. So now I'm off to adding a lot more foam on this track, and I have to say, adding this expanding foam to the track is so fun. It is really, really funny, and this is what makes the hobby exciting. This is learning new stuff as you go along, and I think this is going to look incredible when we get to the end result here. So yeah, move on, get some more done now. Well, do you guys want to see something epic? check this out. I have added all of the expanding foam, or no, not all of it anyways. I added a lot of expanding foam, and this is the result so far. Somewhere I might have overdone it a bit. Now I'm just waiting for everything to dry up, and then I'm going to be using a knife, some sandpaper, and whatever I'm going to be using to cut this down so it looks like mountains. And then I can paint everything up, and when it has been painted up I can start adding some flock and trees and all kinds of small details. But I think this looks absolutely incredible. This was so fun doing. I can definitely recommend using this expanding foam. And somewhere I would usually have made a piece of blue foam like the one that's standing over there, and I would use that blue foam along the tracks. But this time, just to decrease the time of the total project, I decided to just use the expanding foam along the edges of the track. I'm going to see if it looks great painted like rock, and if it doesn't, then I can probably cut it a bit down. So, but this product has so many advantages. I can just see it because when I add something personally, I tend to do it a bit like I place things in a specific pattern, but this just looks a lot more random, and by looking a lot more random it looks a lot more like real nature. So I think this is going to create an incredible look on the track. So just check out here, we go all along the track, and of course I'll need to remove something that has gone a bit over the track's pieces, but it hasn't stuck to the track as the tape kept it away. So I think this is absolutely amazing. So I'm almost sorry to paint it because it looks so nice. But this needs to dry, and while this dries I am going to go back inside and try to design some supports for this, so I can 3D print that and my printers can be working on it while I paint this tomorrow. So yeah. We are ready here with the 3D model for the bridge section, and I decided to split it up into two pieces for each turn. This way I can fit it on one of the smaller printers like an Ender 3 or something like that, because that is a pretty common print size, a print bed size. So we have these two pieces, this one and this one. They are just mirrors of each other. They'll fit together and they will together create a full turn, or yeah, a full 90-degree turn like this. Here you can see with the track piece in it, and this actually looks pretty good. So I created this sort of like western mining look, so a lot of wood structures, and there are also planks below it to hold the bridge up. For the straights I have designed these. That was pretty simple. so they will be there for the sprays that runs over a pass or something like that. And I've made them so they can be printed in half size too, so they can fit on an Ender 3. And a full straight is 2 sections of this. But I think this looks pretty good. I still need to create some supports for them, but this is the main printing pieces. And all of these pieces has been printed so they can be printed supportless. That will save me a lot of work in the end. And I'm probably just going to print them in a brown color and then overspray them with a lighter or darker brown or both to create the wooden texture, as this is a project with a bit of time pressure. So, move on to the next step. So far this has been an amazing day. I managed to apply the expanding foam to all of the track and it just looks incredible. Remember, this is the first time I've tried using this product for this, and I'm really happy about the result. So I even managed to catch up on some of the stuff I was behind, so this is going in the right direction. I am actually at the point where I wanted to be, and even a bit further, because I've got some of the 3D models sculpted. So the bridges here for the track, they have been sculpted, the models for them. So tomorrow, while I cut this down so the cars can race on it and make it look like rock and paint it up and all of that, I'm going to give my 3D printers a bit of work so they can start 3D printing the bridges, and when the first prototype is done, if it fits, then I'm going to print all the rest of the bridges tomorrow. So I'm even a bit ahead of schedule now. So I hope this has inspired you. We would really love to see more slot car tracks in the world, so consider doing your own if you haven't already got one. And thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the content. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you would like to support my channel. That would mean a lot for me. And leave a like. Throw down a comment in the section below. Feedback, always appreciated. And yeah, thank you all for watching. Have a great day, everyone.